Hello everyone, this is Some Old Man. In the last episode, I mentioned that I do a lot of things. One of them, in the winter months, December, is I'm Santa Claus. You might think that this is a very limited thing, that only a few days in the wintertime can an old man with a beard actually be someone. Well, even when it's not December and we're not playing Santa Claus, the men who take up this role have a certain amount of fellowship where they meet each other and exchange ideas, practices, and so forth. This last Wednesday night was one of our occasional meetings. It's the first one we've actually had since COVID started. Before that, all the meetings that we'd had, what few there were virtual. This time, though, we all met, or at least those of us who were willing to come out of our North Pole holes, met at a local eating establishment. Let me show you a quick view of where we were and who was there. Yes, there were only about a dozen Santa's helpers, you might say, plus a number of their wives and other ladies who play Mrs. Claus. Normally, before COVID, we would have 2 or even 3 times as many attendees for a Santa Claus dinner, which occur every 2 or 3 months through the summer. As we meet, of course, everybody has a good feed, depending on the restaurant we go to. But it's not all just eating. We have a number of traditions that we have during our meetings. For instance, as we start our meeting, we all say the Santa oath. Let me demonstrate.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. All right. So the Santa oath, you should have it in front of you. When it comes to your Santa name, that's where you put your Santa name. It doesn't start out as your Santa name. It starts out. All right. So, ready?
I, Santa Mikey, will seek knowledge to be well versed in the mysteries of bringing Christmas cheer and goodwill to all the people that I encounter in my journeys and travels. I shall be dedicated to hearing the secret dreams of both children and adults. I understand that the true and only gift that I can give as Santa is myself. I acknowledge that some of the requests I will hear will be difficult and sad. I know in these difficulties there lies an opportunity to bring a spirit of warmth, understanding, and compassion. I know the real reason for the season and know that I am blessed to be able to be part of it. I realize that I belong to a brotherhood and will be supportive, honest, and show fellowship to my peers. I promise to use my powers to create happiness, spread love, and make fantasies come true life in the true and sincere tradition of the Santa Claus legend. I pledge myself to these principles as a descendant of St. Nicholas, the gift giver of Maya.
All right. So let's sing Here Comes Santa Claus. I, by mistake, only included the first verse, but the way we sing it was probably... I will, however, correct that for the next meeting. I will have the second verse on there as well. But anyway, I am a terrible singer, so I'm going to let Lou start us off with each in his own key.
Here comes Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, oh, what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
What do we talk about during the meeting? It depends. In this instance, they had a small storytelling contest for a number of the members. Not me, but several of the other members wanted to go ahead and try out stories that were things they planned to go ahead and use during their performance. Me, I've got a list of stories that I want to work on, but I haven't actually finished any of them, so I held off on presenting anything. So we listened to the stories. We actually had a number of people talking about things that they've been doing so far this year for the summer, including things like going off to Santa Claus school. And yes, there are a number of Santa Claus schools. If you don't believe me, Google it. They're big money in the Santa Claus world. I have been to a couple of Santa schools. Generally, when they're local, I'm not one to go out going to Atlanta or Minnesota or the various places that the big schools are located. Colorado, that's one of them. It's not in my budget, shall we say. Most of the folks who are doing it are retired. I am not. So I don't have quite the time to go out and take a week to go out and play Santa Claus in the summer. Now, as far as other things we do, it just depends on the week. We basically have a lot of talk of how you doing, the normal type of things that you get when a bunch of old farts talk together. At the end of the meeting, we have another tradition, and that is saying ho ho ho. I recorded this one, or at least missed the first little bit of it, but I wanted to go ahead and show it to you since I did record it.
Oh. The second case would be if in a large group like as such, and you wanted to make sure you were heard, you would say
Ho, ho, ho!
And of course the last one is you're in a huge auditorium and you get to say
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Thank you very much for coming. I know it's the first meeting of in person, but I really felt very nice.
And that's it. There isn't a whole lot more to it than what you've seen. Now, there is more to being a Santa than just putting on a red suit and in the middle of summer talking to various other people who play Santa. As you'll see in future videos that I record, I'll talk more about some of the insights of being Santa Claus. For now though, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click on the like button. Leave a comment if you like. What do you think about Santa Claus? Subscribe if you aren't already. Tell your friends. And in the meantime, I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and enjoy your summer. Ho, 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 ho. This is some old man signing off.